this video today is going to be about possessiveness in the dogs and how we're going to work at trying to stop them being possessive with toys or dummies or whatever it is that they have and they don't want to give back to you. And the reason I'm filming this, a few days ago I was out with the dogs and one of them found a tennis ball and sort of came back to me with it but wouldn't give it to me, wouldn't sit and present it to me. And that's because I've not done any work with him properly for a while because of the bad weather and because of this little man and a few other things. So we're going to go back a few stages and I'm going to film how I'm going to stop the possessiveness in the dog and hopefully get rid of it so that they're quite happy to bring a ball or a dummy or whatever it may be back to me. They're not going to feel that if I take this to dad he's just going to keep it and the fun's going to end. And hopefully they're going to think I'm going to take this back to dad and it's going to be really good and it's going to be fantastic and that's what I want. So we're going to film now the steps we're going to take to do that. For this, I'm going to forget everything that we've ever done on about asking the dog to sit in front of me with it in a mouth and present it to me. All I'm going to do is reward her for coming back to me with, I'm going to throw a ball and I'm going to reward her for coming back to me with that ball if she does. If she doesn't, I'm going to try and encourage her. I'm not going to be particularly bothered about her running around behind me first and keeping it. I'm just going to try and get her to bring it towards me and reward her for doing that. If she drops it on the ground, that's absolutely fine, although it's not what I want further down the line, but I'm still going to reward that. And I'm going to shape towards, over a period of a few weeks, towards the final goal where she'll sit in front of me with it in her mouth and hold it for a bit until I take it from her. But for now we're going to get rid of that. We're not going to be conscious or worried about any of that. We're just going to throw a ball and reward her for bringing it back. So we'll go outside now and we will film the stages there, the steps.
Go girl. Go girl. Come on. Come on. Go girl. What's this one? Come on then. Go girl.
As soon as she got that one, she gets another one.
There's a good girl. Go on in. Go girl. What's this? What's this? Come on in. Come on in. He's a good girl.
Go back.
Good girl. What's this? Go on in. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Go on in.
Come on.
Good girl. Ready? Good girl. Take it. Come on in. Come on in. Go. Daddy, come on in. Good girl. Good girl.
Dolly, come.
Good girl. Good girl. Come on in.
Dolly, come.
Good girl. Good girl.
Come.
Good girl.
Come.
Go on in. Go on in. Go on in. Go on in.
Come.
girl. Johnny. Come on, come on, come on. Good girl. Good girl.
So, I filmed 2 different videos, 2 different clips of each dog going through that procedure then. Hopefully, I did a second video so you could see from different angles, so hopefully you could see from different angles and perspectives. One of what I was doing at one end of the dog and the other one of what the dog was actually doing. You could see in the first one of Fern that the very first time she picked the ball up, she didn't want to come anywhere near me. And then when I convinced her to come near me and she realised there was another ball, she was quite happy to drop that ball at my feet. It's the thrill of the chase and the retrieving it, the picking it up and coming back, that's attractive to the dog. It's not the coming over and sitting in front of me like a puppet and sitting and waiting and presenting it to you nicely. That's the thrill. The thrill is for the dog is to get bombing out there and hunting for it and finding it and picking it up and coming back. So that's what we've got to convince the dog of. We've got to convince the dog, if you go out there, pick that up and bring it back to me, there's going to be another opportunity for you to go out there, pick that up and bring it back to me. And for me, the easiest way to show the dog that is to have another ball visible, so that as soon as that first one comes over, you can throw the second one in, and they're learning that, right, I'll drop this one and I'll go and get that one. And then with Darley, these two are completely different personalities, dogs, as you can see. And with Darley, I was focusing a little bit more on shaping the presentation of the retrieve. So I wasn't, with Fern, the way I was just getting her to come anywhere near me with the ball and drop the ball at my feet or let me take it from her. With Darley, I'm trying to shape that back into sitting at my feet, looking up at me and letting me take the ball from her. And only when I took the ball from her would she get the next ball thrown for her. Apart from those few times where you can see where she was a bit reluctant because she gets sort of bored of it very easily. You've got to keep her attention high, whereas Fern will just do it all day long. So hope that helps if you've got issues with possessiveness of the dog, where they won't give you the thing they've retrieved. And the concept behind what I was doing then is getting the dog to understand or believe that once they bring it back to me, I'm not going to take it off them and it's not going to be gone forever. Actually, if they bring it back to me, then there'll be another opportunity to go and do it again, and that's what they love. So by sort of cutting the nose off in giving me that the dummy or the ball, then they're going to get another opportunity to go and do it again. So I'm just going to keep doing that, and eventually over time I'm going to try and shape it with Fern as well, so that we go back to her sitting in front of me, holding it in her mouth, nice and calmly, looking up at me, and only releasing it when I take it out of her mouth. You could see Darley was chomping it a few times and she was dropping it prematurely. So we're going to work on that as well. And you don't go straight into doing that on day one. Just forget everything you've done and go back to square one and just get to bring the ball to you and get to be happy to bring the ball and get her to be really excited about anticipating another retrieve. And then bit by bit by bit, very small, minute steps, we build on the end goal of the dog sitting in front of us or the side of us with the ball in her mouth. And only by doing those small steps in between will we get to that end goal. If you try straight away to get to that end goal, you'll never get there and you'll end up with disaster. So small steps, go back 2 steps to go forward 3. Hope that helps everybody, and if I get a chance I'll film a few more in a day or 2 to show a bit of progress. Thank you for watching me and Fern. Please give us a subscribe, a like, a share, and comment below with anything you've got for us.